I'm excited to really kind of get this going, and just to be able to share everything that we're kind of that we have in the works for all of your audience and mine. I was actually live on mine, talking about what,
Okay.
like, again, literally sitting here introducing everything and kind of going, hey, this is Jimmy. What's Jimmy going to be talking about? What are we doing? Where are we going? And so I'm glad that we were able to connect. But the cool part about this, and for all the listeners and all the audience who's kind of present, what we've kind of put forward here is this 8-part series, and an 8-part series really talking about what is holistically integrated health, because what the world has told us is healthy can actually be hurting us. And I think that's a powerful message that the world needs to know, that everybody needs to understand, and realize that it's not just one thing that everybody needs to do, but what is the one thing that you have to do? And being able to just be
Yeah.
much more personalized in our health journey. And so over the next 8 weeks, guys, we're going to be coming on weekly. We're going to be able to really jam in on this. We're going to teach you guys so much. There's going to be so much unbelievable information, but also actionable insights as to what to do, how to take action on this. What does this, how can you lean in? And so today, really just wanted to spend time introducing Jimmy a little bit. Obviously, Jimmy knows you guys as his primary audience, but just really understanding where he's going. Myself, I'll introduce myself a little bit, and then we'll get into what true integrated health is all about.
Yeah, awesome. So I apologize. This is my first time using Instagram Live. So I didn't know if I was supposed to log in and then accept and all this stuff. So,
I
but
love it.
anyways, it worked out. So awesome. I was already talking to my audience, and so trying to figure this out. But that's the thing about, what you get with me is you're gonna get transparency, you're gonna get the truth, you're not gonna get like pre-recorded stuff to make it fancy. This is live, this is me. And so one thing for everybody that's watching, highly recommend you grab a notebook, because to take notes, because every time that I talk with Justin, I'm taking notes about what he's saying and I'm learning from him. So highly recommend you take notes, because it may seem like it's something but when you go back and you read your notes and you're like, oh wow, this is no, what he said actually, yeah, I'm not doing it, and so I need to be doing it, or I may need to be looking for help this way and that way. So just to introduce quickly, everybody, most people know who I am on my feed. So my audience, so thank you for tuning in. My name is Jimmy Yin. I'm a licensed acupuncturist in Austin, Texas. I own the largest acupuncture clinic in Austin, Texas, and we are focused on integrating. That's why it's called integrative health. We integrate a lot of 3,000, I would say, old technology, in the sense of 3,000 years old versus today's technology. So we combine both of those and we integrate those together to get the best of both worlds. My background is, before I went to become an acupuncturist, is in biochemistry. So I have that Western medicine background as well. And I fuse Chinese medicine with Western medicine to make more of a natural, holistic type of medicine, because there's no medicine that is perfect. They all have their strengths and they all have their weaknesses, right? And so why not get the best of both worlds, or best of many worlds, and put them together? And for you as the, patient, it can improve you dramatically and very quickly. So that's a little bit about me, but I would like to introduce you to my buddy Justin.
Yeah,
So
awesome,
Justin,
Jimmy.
why don't
Yeah, I
you introduce
appreciate it.
yourself?
It's been like I said, we've come to know each other probably over the last 3-4 months. And
Yeah.
so my background, I did my postgraduate research in heart rate variability, sleep, and recovery science. And for the last 15 years, was a performance director in the NCAA and the National Hockey League, running integrative health models for some of the best athletes in the world. And towards the back end of my career in the National Hockey League, I started to realize that health literally was the preemptive point for realizing performance gains. And when health was optimized or just even considered, ultimately performance was realized as a consequence. And we kept this kind of secretive almost in the athletic space. But I'm like, this isn't an athlete problem. This is a human problem. And by being able to understand that what the world tells us is healthy may actually be hurting us, but also what we look like on the outside physically is not always indicative of what's happening on the inside from the emotional, mental, and spiritual side, and realizing that health is fully integrated. We have a mind, we have a body, we have a spirit, we have a heart that all give us different forms of stressors: mental, physical, spiritual, emotional stress. And when they're not integrated or treated as one, we ultimately see the health of ourselves disintegrate. And that's ultimately the space that we've been able to see here in the world. And so in 2020, I left the NHL and started a company called Own It, really helping to serve people around the world at this point in creating truly integrated health and personalized health for them. Not what is for everybody, but truly customized planning, customized programming, customized solutions based on what your body's telling you. And it's been just absolutely amazing to be able to see what's been happening. And Jimmy and I have collaborated and are going into a deeper form of relationship, which we'll continue to kind of keep speaking to over the next month and a bit. But every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, we'll be on here being able to really go into a deep series with you guys. So I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, and so it will be most Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. There was a couple of dates, but we'll announce, when it'll be on Wednesdays, so you can tune in and block it off on your schedule. One thing that you said that I wanted to let the audience know is, Justin was a professional hockey player, right? And so I don't know if y'all know, because we treat some professional athletes in our clinic in Austin, Texas, and the professional athletes, they get the best. Like they get, because number one, that the owners, the teams, they invest in their players, and the players themselves invest in themselves because they always need to be at top notch, producing and performance. And so you're going to get. I would highly recommend, you message us to ask us questions and really pick on Justin's brain, because he has a lot of inside information about what they're doing. But on the flip side, like he said, there's a lot of things that maybe the professionals are doing that are not necessarily healthy for the average person. So just wanted to throw that in because you said that, and I was like, man, that's another reason why I wanted to do this conversation with you, is because I want to know what the professionals are doing, because there's some stuff that I could definitely learn and hopefully incorporate into
No,
our
it's
practice as
100%.
well.
And the uniqueness, I think, Jimmy, as we even talked about this, is knowing that there's certain strategies, right? That it's a building block. And if we think about health
Yeah.
as a pyramid, at the base level, we talk about heart rate variability and the eight controllables. The eight controllables are everything from a lifestyle, behavior, habit, structure. And I think next week, in week 2, we're going to get deep into what is HRV. What is HRV all about? What does heart rate variability mean for us? How can it impact us? And how can that then help us determine what habits, behaviors, and lifestyles we need to be going in with? And so I just want to answer a question here. Yes, we will 100% be going into the different topics each and every week. Jimmy, are you okay if I just kind of read out the schedule for what?
Yeah, I think that will be great so that everybody gets an idea. And just to let everybody know, this is, kind of like an introduction to who we are and also what we're going to be talking about in the next 7 to 8 weeks. So please
Yeah.
go over the topics that we're
Yeah,
going to
no,
be
that's
going over.
awesome. So, for the next 8 weeks, we're going to be doing these 30 minutes once a week. Um, like I mentioned, we're trying to get them consistent at Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, but we're going to have to juggle a little bit. So be sure to tune in to both Jimmy and my's, um, uh, both Jimmy and my social media.
Social media, our Instagram, follow
Follow both
us.
of us because
Follow
you'll be
both of
looking at the
us.
stories and we'll be announcing it. For the person who asked if these are
Yeah.
recorded, yes, we will be recording each one of these, and Jimmy will actually be sharing them and then collaborating. So they'll be on both of our feeds, so you can go back and watch them after we're done. But over the next 8 weeks, we're going to go through an 8-part series. So today is really an introduction to us and what is true integrated health. So we're going to dive really deep into like what is the definition of truly integrated health and holistic health. And so how do we need to do this? Number two, in week 2, we're going to go over HRV and the different stressor types, how to create lifestyle changes based on HRV. Number 3, so week 3 is going to be diving deep into the gut biome and nutrition and how does your gut biome change based upon supplementation, nutrition, and how do we now move well into that. Number 4 is going to be cellular testing and custom supplementation. What does that mean? What is this all about? How do we move into this in a powerful way? How do you take ownership over that? Week 5 is going to be DNA epigenetic testing and the impact of that and why DNA testing may not actually be telling you exactly what's happening today and what predispositions mean. How can we understand what's happening with a predisposition and then put it into a bigger impact for us? Week 6, why testing is not enough and how do we put it all together? How do we run your body like a business? How do we run it with deep intentionality with every single thing that we do? And then week 7 and 8, we're going to be doing question and answers where Jimmy and I are going to be available after all of the last 6 weeks of real lean in, where we're going to gather questions throughout the live series. We're going to be gathering questions that you guys post underneath the recordings on our pages. We're just going to bring them in. We're going to dive into Q&A for the last 2 weeks. We're going to take Q&A live, hopefully be able to solve some problems for you guys, but really talking about holistic integrated health and how do we make this very personable, applicable, and approachable for you guys.
Exactly. So I was just writing some stuff about. So one thing, again, just to remind everybody, when you're watching these, you want to have a notebook. You want to have something that you're writing down and taking notes. Um, yes, they're automatically recorded because I'm
Yes.
assuming they're automatically recorded. And then they'll be in our feed, so you can go back and scroll
Just make
back
sure,
and
Jimmy, when
watch the
you do
feed.
end it,
And
because I know it's your first time, when you hit
yeah,
end, hit
yeah,
you want to
yeah.
post it, and then say you want to
Okay,
collaborate on the post, and just make me a collaborator. So now it gets
okay,
posted on both feeds, and we can
okay,
share it and get it going.
okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm learning stuff every day. So another thing I talk about learning is, Justin's, the reason why, just I wanted to do this with Justin is because he's got a wealth of knowledge on information that I don't have. And so I will be, asking a lot of questions, and they're probably going to be questions that maybe a lot of you audience will be wondering too. So I'll be asking those for you because I don't know and I want to know. There was a question about, how do you contact us? Um, I would say the best way is just Instagram message me, right? I will have my team sort through the questions, make a list of the questions. So that's the best way. So the best way to contact is to ask your questions. You can Instagram Justin or you can Instagram me, but do it in the Instagram messaging, okay? Instagram message us if you have questions, all right? There's just some little, this is our first time doing this together, so we're learning it just with you also. So yeah, let's get to, we've got about, a little over 11 minutes. Let's go over, what's integrative health,
Yeah,
the
I
topic
think
of today.
so. As I was going through this, and really what kind of has been bothering me, I think, in overall health for a long time is there's a lot of the nutritionists, dietitians, even functional medicine docs that call themselves holistic integrated docs or holistic integrated health.
Yeah.
But if we drive deep into the true definitions of what's happening, holistic, the definition of holistic is all or everything.
Mm-hmm.
Integrated
Yes.
means to make whole or to bring together. And health is defined by the human experience: mental, physical, spiritual, and
Mm-hmm.
emotional. And so if we're not bringing
Yeah.
together mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional when we're talking about health, we are not operating in a holistic and integrated way. And so you can't all
Mm-hmm.
of a sudden say, you can't go to a holistic personal trainer and all you're getting is a workout program. You can't go to a holistic nutritionist and they're just giving you supplements and a meal plan. You can't go to a holistic mental health practitioner and they're only talking about your mental and spiritual health and what happened when you were 5 years old. When you truly look at health, it has to be put in all together. It has to be brought in a holistically integrated way, something that involves everything in one time: mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional. Because, guys, and I'm going to say this probably 50 times over the course of the next couple days, is your body doesn't know the difference between mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional stress. Our bodies are made up of our mind, our body, our heart, and our spirit. Our heart is everything that we desire. And those hearts are correlated back to our emotional health. Our mind is everything we think and believe. And that's tied to our mental health. Our body is tied to our habits, behaviors, and lifestyle. And that's tied to our physical health. And our spirit is tied to our relationships, our environment, everything in our immediate reality. And that's tied to our spiritual health. If we try to disintegrate them, treat them in silos, treat them in separation, we will see a disintegration of our health. And we will slowly start to fall apart. I had a client the other day message me, and he goes, Justin, I had such a paradigm shift when I heard you speak, because forever I've been a bodybuilder. Forever I've been going and training and working out and working so hard to look a certain way. But when you talked about this, all of a sudden I was like, man, I'm dying on the inside. I really feel like I'm falling apart internally. I'm stressed. I'm in what I call the fake health continuum. The fake health continuum is where 90% of people live. You got on the left side, death and disease. On the right side, you got true health. In the middle, you have right here this fake health space, disease free, but symptom full. You've got your bloating, you've got your headaches, you've got your nausea, you've got your brain fog, your fatigue, your anxiety, your overwhelm, your burnout, your weight gain. And the world tells you that all of these things are normal. This is what it takes to be a business owner. This is what it takes to be a mom or dad. This is what it takes to be a spouse. This is what it takes to, this is what just happens when you age. But they're all lies. It's not true, because we haven't treated health in an integrated way. We as a society, our world has disintegrated it. And thus we've seen a disintegration of our health holistically. And I think, Jimmy, you and I are very heavily aligned on really wanting to take a stand on that and make a big dent in the world and how we see true health.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and I took a lot of notes already. Just the FYI, someone said you're starting to sound like a Tibetan doctor. Nice. So yeah, I want to comment on a couple of things. I absolutely agree with what Justin is saying. You know, you can't just go to any type of practitioner, even you can't just go to an acupuncturist. And if the acupuncturist, all they do is just stick needles in you and give you herbs and don't address anything else, that is not integrated. We're not saying it's right or wrong. We're just saying it's not complete. So we're talking about your health, your overall, your holistic health, everything, mind, body, spirit. You know, it's not just, can you find, you know, I don't even really know if there are centers that address everything. Could you go to one practitioner to help you address everything? Probably not. So and what we do in our clinic is we work with other providers to help our patients get that holistic health type of health care. We don't provide all of it within just our practice. In the future, we may, but that, you know, just you know, what you touched upon, if you have an integrated doctor that you're going to, we're not telling you to stop. We're not saying stop going to them. We're just saying, hey, that's just one piece of the puzzle. If you want to reach what we call optimal health is reaching I would say, a 10 out of 10 in all of those levels, not just your physical health, right? The other thing is, I love what you said about fake health. You said fake health is the region where the area where we are disease free, symptom full, and I would like to add, you know, uh, I would say still in dysfunction, because you can be disease free. Disease is really in the medical world is a label. I call it a label. You know, when you get a diagnosis, you are labeled a diabetic, right? It doesn't mean you are you know, it's like you're just labeled that specific disease. Um, so you could be disease free. You could be, like, for example, for those of you who are diabetics and your A1C is below 6, then you will be labeled as non-diabetic or pre-diabetic. That doesn't mean things aren't going wrong. You know, you also may have a lot of symptoms that you're ignoring, but it also means, you know, I mean, it also, in that fake health, it also, you have to look at your function, like organ function. Just because you don't have that label of a disease does not
Mm-hmm.
mean your organs are at optimal function. And so that's another part, is if you're not at optimal function, you know, physically, that is going to, what I like to say, your physiology affects your psychology, which is your mental health, right? Because if you're just, here's a good example. If you're hungry, you know, you got those, you know, some people are really crabby when they're hungry, right? So that's your physiology affecting your psychology. But yeah, those are the things that just jumped into my head. Um, and we're coming down to the wire. Anything else that you want to add,
I
Justin,
think when you
about
like,
integrated
again, going
health?
back to integrative health, this is really what God called me in my 15th year in the National Hockey League as a performance director, to step away and to really go and serve his people, and the people that feel like they have to trade their mission, their goals, for their health. And
Mm, yeah,
when I was
yeah.
building Own It and like the goals behind it, I wanted it to be a space where, because I see a lot of the comments in here where I'm going to a functional medicine doc, or I've got a acupuncturist, and then I've got a nutritionist, and I've got these people. You trying to build your wheel, and you are at the center of your wheel, it oftentimes creates a flat tire that doesn't actually get moving as fast as possible, because you are at the center. You are trying to determine who you need. And so for us, what we wanted to put together was, we wanted to be the center of your wheel. We wanted to have everybody involved in the team. So we have, like, when you come and work through with us, you've got your mental performance therapist, you've got your functional medicine doc, you've got your RD, you've got your personal trainer, and you have a team of people operating alongside of you that's helping you from your biometric data like heart rate variability and HRV, which we'll talk about next week. All of your testing from your DNA, your epigenetic, your cellular testing, your gut biome paneling, to really be able to understand what's happening inside so we can formulate custom supplementation. We can get you your food requirements that you need. Way that you're sleeping, we can focus on your exercise, we can get these other habits in place and really, really purposeful in that. And so that's that's, I think, the biggest thing that I want to just make clear is that there is a bigger purpose and a bigger reason for all of this, and we need to make sure that it's truly integrated. And remember the pyramid. It is not about the tools at the top. It's not about the testing in the middle. It's about the lifestyle changes, the 8 controllables, we call them. We'll dive into this with HRV next week, but you're looking at sleep, exercise, nutrition, hydration, environment, mindset, self-care, and immune function. And when you can get these 8 things working in alignment and in one direction, and you've tacked mental, physical, spiritual, emotional stressors, you yourself are going to be in such an empowering state and realize true health for the first time, because all of us are operating what the world calls us normal, but normal is far under great.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll end with this. The end result that we're looking to help y'all achieve, this is what in my clinic we call it the life effect, but it's the end result. The end result is helping you being able to live, we've heard this, live your life to the fullest, but being present in your life, being able to enjoy, like some of y'all, your goals, your health goals may just be to be able to take your grandkids to the park. But we want to help you be able to be present so that you can enjoy that time. That's the end goal. That's the end phenomenon that we're looking for. We're going to go through the process of how to help you do that. But the end goal is to help you, but actually maybe help you identify what is, what is health? What is your health goals? And, what does that mean to you? But the more important thing is to be present and being able to really enjoy your life, not based on what other people say, but what you believe, what you truly believe in. And one thing you said, about your mission. So both Justin and I are Christians. And so, faith is very important to both of us. And so we don't want you ever to sacrifice your health for anything, so it's about how do we help you get closer to your definition of health.
Really, really excited for this, guys.
All right. Same here. All right, guys. Well, that's 30 minutes is up. Well, it goes by super fast, man. So some of it was my technology problems, but yeah, looking forward to
there you go.
We can call this the J and J show, because
I love it.
Jimmy and Justin, right? I'll tell my team to create a little logo, the J and J show. So we're excited to do this every week with y'all for the next 8 weeks, guys. Make sure you tune in, message us, and I will also put Justin's handle, because I saw that people don't know what Justin's social media handle. I will put that in there so you can follow him as well. We're excited to go on this journey with y'all for the next 8 weeks. All right, guys. Appreciate it, and we'll see you next week. Bye.